Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to just a random video. I just feel like talking about Halo Wars 2 and what I want for Halo Wars 2. Now, Halo Wars, the original Halo Wars, I loved that game to death. I mean, I played that game for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. That was one of my most favorite RTSs. The only downside to Halo Wars is after you play, the campaign like 50 bajillion times, and after you play like 50 bajillion skirmishes, you start to get tired because there really isn't that much of a unit roster to pick from. What I really want is more variety of units, and I want units to look different from each other. And also another thing that bugged me to death. The unit cap usually was 40, depending on how many people was in your game, I believe. I wish that it was like at least 100 or 80. That would have been so much better. And also a more advanced tech upgrade, because you know how for the Covenant you had to build the temples, a tech tree, like where you can make new units and research new units, or just get a tech tree that just adds better and better and better buffs and additions to the already added units, like Supreme Commander 2, for example. How some of them just buffed units and some of them just gave you new units entirely. And also another cool feature would be a brand new playable faction. Well, I know that there's probably gonna be the Flood, because Halo was like 20 years before Reach. A good possible playable faction would be the Rebels, the Innies, the Insurgents. I don't think the Forerunners will be in there. The Forerunners may be in there. They may be in there. I don't know for sure. On to my next wish list. I wish that you can customize the bases more and like add on to them more. I don't know about an entirely, free, non-linear building system like in most strategy games, like for instance Supreme Commander, Total Annihilation, where you could just build buildings wherever you want and build bases. But if you do that, you will become more attached to those bases. But Halo was, to be honest, quite a simple game. It was very simple after a while. So I just want things to spice it up a bit, from here and there. And also, my final two, one of them is Theater or Spectator mode. Just so that, you can record your just awesome, amazing matches. Or that you can just spectate people that are like super good. And space battles. I doubt that's gonna happen, but that would just be so awesome, wouldn't it? There's a game called Sins of the Empire Rebellion. It has a mod called Sins of the Prophet. If you are a Halo fan and you have a PC, you should go and buy that game and get Halo Sins of the Prophet, or just Sins of the Prophet, the mod. It's really good, but the only reason I don't play that mod that much is because the game itself, Sins of a Soul Empire Rebellion, it's just way too advanced and complex to me. In this situation, simple would be better for space battles, and that would be extremely cool, like having a space station, building ships, you also just combat the other ships. That would be so cool. And also, in a matter of fact, let me just add on, I want more air units. More air units. Like the Pelican. I wish the Pelican was an actual unit instead of just a way to transport units long range very quickly. I know Halo Wars 2 is in good hands. In the Creative Assembly, the people that make one of my favorite franchises of all time, Total War, and they're making Total War Warhammer, which I'm so excited for. And also they made Alien Isolation, which was surprisingly a good game for a developer that develops strategy games. So they make good strategy games, but usually those strategy games are with large armies with like 3,000 people. But Halo Wars is gonna be just a step down from that. Maybe I would say in terms of people in an army, probably like 100 or 300. But I'm not talking about, infantry. The unit cap will probably be around 100. Or I hope it will be at 100. Instead of 40, when you couldn't really build anything. And another cool thing is, units were to be to scale, because the Scarab, to be honest, to me, it didn't look like it was to scale. It looked very, very small, very dumbed down. Basically, that's all I have today for my wish list. It may grow even larger, or it may shorten. And if it does drastically, I will make a new video. And please comment, like, and subscribe, and put in the comment section below what you want in Halo Wars, because this list is what I want. So I'll see you Centurions later. Goodbye.